Take care. Safety first, at home and play. On the whole, Chud and Kipper got on very well, for a brother and sister. Chud was very patient, and in the past few weeks he'd only once got cross with his younger sister, when she spilled green paint over half his football comics, and ripped most of the other half into little pieces to make cornflakes for BBT. BBT stood for Big Blue Ted. He was Kipper's best friend and was carted round everywhere. Now Chud's football comics were very important to him. He loved soccer, and every Saturday afternoon he used to go up to Bellevue Park to play five-a-side with his mates, or four-a-side depending on who turned up. One Saturday lunchtime, Chud was putting his boots on ready to go to the park, when Mum came in. "Listen, Chud," she said, "your dad and I have to pop next door for an hour or so to watch Mr. and Mrs. McDonald's holiday films from their last fishing trip to Scotland. I'd like you to stay and look after Kipper, please." "Oh, but I've got to go off to play football. Bellevue are playing South Park today." "There'll be another match next week, Chud," said Dad. "You're old enough now to look after your sister. We'll leave Mr. and Mrs. McDonald's number by the phone, just in case you need us. But if you have any problems, we're just next door." "But I can't babysit," moaned Chud. "I've never done it before." "Well, then it's a good time to start," said Mum firmly, putting on her coat. "I'll tell you what, you make a list of everything you learn this afternoon and show it to us when we get back. That way, Kipper will learn what's dangerous and you'll learn how to keep her safe and be a really good babysitter." "There's a good lad, Chud," said Dad, going out of the door. "All the Bellevue team are brilliant babysitters, you know." Chud was in a rotten mood. He went into the kitchen to make some beans on toast for lunch. "Kipper, come down, it's time for lunch." "OK," said Kipper, coming down the stairs, dragging BBT behind her. They'd been playing astronaut bears up in her bedroom. When she appeared in the kitchen, the beans were bubbling away in the pan, and Chud was making the toast. The smell was so delicious that Kipper decided to take a closer look. Chud had left the pan handle sticking out over the side of the stove, and Kipper could just about reach it. She was just going to take hold of the handle and pull the pan off the stove when Chud turned round. "Kipper, let go!" he shouted, and snatched the handle away before the beans and the scalding hot pan fell down over her. "Don't ever go anywhere near the stove, Kipper. When pans and things are put on there, they get very, very hot indeed, and if you touch the oven or the pans, then you'll get burned." Kipper nodded. "OK," she whispered. Chud didn't shout too much because he knew he shouldn't have left the pan handle sticking out where Kipper could get hold of it so easily. He also realized that he'd left the tin he had opened close to the edge of the worktop, so he pushed it back out of reach. Chud made a note to be careful of pans on the stove and not to leave anything dangerous within Kipper's reach. Since Chud couldn't go out to play football, he decided to watch it on television. He took Kipper into the living room, turned on the television, and started eating his beans. Suddenly the football pitch disappeared under a snowstorm, and then went blank. "What's this, Chud?" said Kipper. Chud turned to see Kipper holding the television plug in her hand. "Put that down, Kipper!" Chud jumped over to take the plug out of her hand. "But what is it, though?" "It's a plug, Kipper, and you never mess around with plugs, or plug sockets, not ever." "Why? What does it do?" "Plugs are where we get electricity from," said Chud, plugging the television back in. "Electricity is what makes lots of things work, like the television and the toaster and the vacuum cleaner. But if you play around with it, then electricity is very dangerous. It can give you a shock and burn you. So you mustn't try to switch on anything that's plugged in. Always ask me or Mum or Dad to do it." Take care. Safety first, at home and play.